Hey there, future doctors. Welcome to another episode of Claymation Anatomy, where today I'm diving into the scapular region. The scapula, or shoulder blade, is that flat, triangular bone in your upper back. It plays a key role in shoulder movement and connects your upper limb to the axial skeleton. Let's break it down. The scapula has some crucial landmarks. First, there's the spine, which divides the scapula into the supraspinous and infraspinous fossae. The acromion extends laterally from the spine and articulates with the clavicle. Then there's the coracoid process, a hook-like projection for muscle attachment. And don't forget the glenoid cavity, which articulates with the humeral head to form the shoulder joint. Now, speaking of bones, the clavicle supports the scapula and connects it to the sternum. And the humerus, well, its proximal end articulates with the glenoid cavity. Moving on to joints, we've got the Acromioclavicular joint between the acromion and the clavicle. The glenohumeral joint is a ball and socket joint between the glenoid cavity and the humeral head. And don't miss the scapulothoracic articulation, a functional joint where the scapula glides over the thoracic cage. Next up, muscles. Intrinsic or scapular muscles include the supraspinatus, which abducts the arm. The infraspinatus and teres minor assist in external rotation. The subscapularis internally rotates the arm, and the teres major adducts and internally rotates it. Then we have extrinsic muscles, which connect the scapula to other regions. The trapezius elevates, depresses, and retracts the scapula. The levator scapulae elevates it. The rhomboids retract and stabilize the scapula, while the serratus anterior protracts it and holds it against the thoracic wall. Let's not forget about the nerves. The suprascapular nerve innervates the supraspinatus and infraspinatus. The axillary nerve handles the deltoid and teres minor. The dorsal scapular nerve supplies the levator scapulae and rhomboids, and the long thoracic nerve innervates the serratus anterior. Blood supply is vital too. The suprascapular artery feeds the supraspinatus and infraspinatus. The dorsal scapular artery supplies the levator scapulae and rhomboids. And the circumflex scapular artery, a branch of the subscapular artery, nourishes the teres minor and infraspinatus. Scapular movements are essential for shoulder function. Elevation involves the trapezius, upper fibers, and levator scapulae. Depression is handled by the trapezius, lower fibers, and pectoralis minor. Protraction relies on the serratus anterior and pectoralis minor, while retraction involves the rhomboids and trapezius, middle fibers. Upward rotation uses the serratus anterior and trapezius, upper fibers, and downward rotation uses the rhomboids and levator scapulae. Finally, some clinical notes. Scapular winging is often caused by long thoracic nerve injury, leading to a weak serratus anterior. Rotator cuff injuries are common and often affect the muscles stabilizing the glenohumeral joint, especially the supraspinatus. That's your quick overview of the scapular region. Stay tuned for more claymation anatomy. Until next time, keep learning and keep those shoulders strong.